What's up, y'all? Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair. My favorite thing about the holidays? Decking out my whole house. It's not a competition, but if it was, well, I'd win the season with Wayfair. Outdoor inflatable Santa? Got it on Wayfair. Trees, lights, and ornaments? Wayfair. Hosting must-haves like dining sets, beds, sheets, and towels? Wayfair. For everything in your style delivered with fast and free shipping, visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app to win the season. But again, it's not a competition.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hello, kitties. This is your Domi, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio with your host Mikey Bonez, Rob Humphrey, and Cat Voleur. Guys, we're back. Still the new year.
Yeah.
It's
Still is. Going to be for a long time.
Doesn't the year seem long already, though? Or is it me?
It does. It feels long.
It was like a long-ass year already.
Yeah. I took the Christmas tree down.
Look at you already? Wow.
Earlier today. Finally. Well, after the new year, I get that thing down. Yeah.
No.
Started putting the Halloween decorations up.
Hell yeah. I know people like let it hang, Rob. He was sitting one day, we were talking. He's like, man, I got family coming over. I got to put this Christmas tree away. Dude, it was like summer. I was like, bro, why? That shit was funny. Anyway.
Got to get it out of there, man.
All right, we're back with kind of a big episode out of nowhere. We're not going over the whole ring nonsense again. We're just not going to do it. It's been too much. There's so much fucking lore and all the bullshit behind it.
It's also very confusing.
It's very, very convoluted. But you can listen. Any regular listeners, they'll appreciate this. You can go back and listen. It's been a thing for quite some time now, but it's kicked up recently with the whole ring thing, and Chris got his... I don't even know what he got out of it, to be honest. He got something out of the whole fucking thing. Finally, once and for all, we're putting the ring nonsense to bed. EyeRChris had his pick, and he's targeting someone. All we knew was Eye for a Change was safe. And as you can tell by the title, we're doing Spiral.
Yeah, but he also has another pick coming up that is specifically targeted at me.
Yeah,
that was the deal to end the thing. I
could be wrong. I believe Mikey and I got the respective punishment picks at the same time. Mikey knew this isn't. We can't keep this a secret. You know what movie we're doing? We're watching Spiral. Right. It's the name of the episode. I clearly am the one being punished here. Mikey knew.
That's a whole nother thing.
But again, you're not alone.
What the punishment pick was for me. And I knew what the punishment pick was for Rob. We got at the same time, but just because of the way things worked out, I did not throw Rob's punishment pick hat in the ring. I liked it to get mine out of the way. We are sitting on one more of these.
Yeah, there is another one coming up, but then that ends it because I refused to give up a pick. I said, just hit me with it and let's be done.
That being said, Rob got kind of shafted, I think, because this pick also punished Rob.
And I got shafted with ring movies too. Like I'm not coming out of this thing a winner in any way.
It's what you get, man.
So Chris sent a kind of ominous. I know we're getting like right into it. Also, I'm coming into this drunk, guys. I have no kind of filter on my brain today. But wait, because usually we talk about this like with the picks and stuff, but I'm worried I'll forget. There was just this very ominous message like a week ago where Chris was like, I've been listening to the show. I know what will bother Cat. And I had a movie in mind that I really thought he was going to hit me with this week. But yeah, Spiral is like the obvious pick, I think. Like we got here.
Yeah. And we would have ended up here eventually at some point anyway.
Yeah.
I do think that the fact that I was thinking it was going to be something else, because I was taking into account like what things I had said on the podcast since all of the nonsense started. I think that hitting me with just like a classic Cat hates this movie was the more solid choice. Like I wasn't expecting it.
I respect it on another level because it's a big title. So it kind of helps us as well.
So was the one that I was thinking. For the record, I really thought my punishment pick, I'm not going to keep it like a secret or anything. I've said it on the podcast already. It's why I thought it was coming. I really thought we were going to be watching Lisa Frankenstein. I was just prepared. I was like, okay, well, I was not quiet enough about my hatred of that movie, and now I'm going to have to watch it.
Well, I mean, I'm just hoping beyond hope that Chris has not picked Jaws or The Thing or The Exorcist for my punishment pick. I really hope it's not any of those because I hate those movies. They're awful.
Yeah.
Chris really has a diary with all of our shit just in there. It's actually quite impressive. Yeah. So Spiral, that's what we're doing. Cat has been, I don't know, Cat. I feel like you're really just kind of looking forward to tearing this one an ass.
I am. And we'll talk about it obviously when we get into the movie. I will say though, because this is something that has been coming for a while on the show. We have all expressed strong opinions about Spiral when it came out. And we've had some heated discussions with listeners, Greg, since then about Spiral. We've had some hot takes, Greg, about Spiral. This was always one that we were going to do on the show. I did, out of like full fairness, I got really drunk, neither here nor there, but it happened. I tried to give this the benefit of the doubt, and we'll talk about how successful that was or was not. This is actually only my second time seeing Spiral. I saw it opening day and like 15 minutes after we started. I was late to the podcast. I was still watching. I put it off so much that I was late coming in, but... But I did. For the record, because we try to do that with all of the movies, even the ones that we don't like, I tried to get in a mindset to watch Spiral.
Fair enough. All right. So we got to get to that. We'll get to that later on the show. We have mailbag stuff to get to, drink roll call to get to, and then we can get to the meat and potatoes of Spiral. What are you guys drinking?
I got myself an old fashioned.
Okay. Respectable. I made a bit of a Frankenstein. I had some liquor left over from New Year's. So in classy fashion, as I've mentioned in the past, McDonald's cup, ladies and gentlemen, McDonald's cup, right? Optimal drink making performance in a McDonald's cup and enjoyment.
Is it at least the plastic one, not the like paper one?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I wouldn't be. Yeah. So yeah. You can shake the shit out of this motherfucker with all the ice you want, and you're good. Just saying. So in a McDonald's cup, I have tequila, Patron tequila, vodka, and cranberry juice.
All right.
I just threw we're going to get fucked up real quick drink together. As you guys heard, when I sat down for making said drink, I took a sip of it when I sat at my desk. And I said, oh, goddamn, this motherfucker's strong. This motherfucker's strong. Let's just leave it at that.
Right.
Kat, what about you?
I am making mistakes tonight. I'm Cutwater drunk, guys.
Ooh,
I think I might go for the record. I don't want to beat the record. I want to tie the record. I've been drinking Cutwater very responsibly. This is over the course of like, some might say a long stream, because we're going on like 3 hours since I started drinking. So it's not like I'm like chugging Cutwaters over here. I don't want to die, but I could tie things up tonight. I'm excited.
Okay. All right. It's a dangerous road.
I could die. I could still die.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where it gets dangerous for me is usually I'll start off nice and slow, be like, I'm just going to take it easy. But then, it starts to taste good. I don't taste the alcohol as much. I start throwing it back. Next thing I know, I'm breezing through them, and that's not good.
I will say, for as responsibly as you can do a dumb thing like this, I feel like I took the first 3 real nice and slow. I made sure that I didn't bring an extra one up to my office with me. Like I had to walk down the stairs and back up before I could have the 4th one to ensure that I wasn't going to like, well, I made it. I'm here. I'm doing okay. I'm talking. I'm seeing colors. We're fine.
Yeah, but when you decide to go down for your 5th one, you make a bad
if I go down for the 5th one, it's going to be Because I will say I am to that point where like I can't taste the alcohol. I'm worried that this fourth one's going to go real fast.
Can you feel your teeth?
I can. Yeah.
No, you're all right.
Well, can you? How much can you feel your teeth normally? Now I don't know. I'm self-conscious about it.
What about your nose?
Yeah. Like if I poke it, I can feel it. I think I'm okay.
You're fine. You're good.
Cat, Rob is just making you sit there, poke your nose. I hope you're aware.
Oh, fuck. Wait a minute.
What if you put your fingers in your ears?
Stand up real quick. All right. Leave Cat alone. Making her do dumb shit while she's drunk. Stop it. Leave her alone.
Well, I'm chasing the record, Rob. I'm going for glory.
Not take advantage. Jeez. All right. What do we got to do next? Oh, yeah. Mailbag, Ghostface, all those things. 917-397-KILL, 917-397-5455 if you want to leave a voicemail or send in a text message for the show. The mailbag is presented. I guess we could say presented, right? It's like presented by Ghostface, isn't it?
Kind of. We don't want to hear from you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess so. He's not a sponsor. Like, he's not paying us. So.
No.
Yeah. But he does.
But he's damn thing.
Yeah. He does do it.
All right. So here we go.
Again, hosts and listeners. Ghostface here with more messages from your mailbag. First is a text message. Hey, Slasher Radio, it's your girl Amber. Hello, Rob, the uplifter of people, the guru of happiness. Hiya, gorgeousness, cat, beauty, and brains. For fuck's sake, Mikey. You're a stopper of so many good movies that should be Slasher Radio approved, but nope, you got your head up your ass too much. Fart, and take a breath or two. I try so hard to get over you being ghetto Ghostface, because you keep stabbing me in the back. Here's what I'm talking about. I go out of my way to promote everything Slasher Radio. Why? Because you and I have been friends since episode 15 now. I only exist if I'm brought up, never messaging or inviting me to Discord or anything else, to be honest. Now on to something else. EyeRChris. I miss you and love you bunches. I nominate EyeRChris for the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame. Chris has been a staple in Slasher Radio, even though I think he goes easy on ghetto Ghostface Mikey.
Okay. Nice to hear from Amber.
Yeah.
We love Amber.
Ghetto Ghostface.
A lot to unpack here.
Yeah, there is. It is about nomination time for the Slasher Radio Hall of Fame, by the way. And
Yes.
I don't know when that post is going to go up, but we usually do that on Patreon, right? I can't remember.
Right. Patrons only get to nominate. Yeah.
Yeah. Slashies are just around the corner, which means we have a lot of work to do.
Yes, that is what that means. But yeah, Chris, 100%. I told you for like 2 years in a row now. Chris is the move.
What are you telling me? It's out of my hands.
It's not out of your hands. You're literally the one that decides. But yeah, no, I agree. I've been saying that. I agree.
I mean, after this year, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
this is the year.
I just watched Spiral from the Book of Saw, so.
Ooh, the crazy thing, again, I just want to remind listeners, this was my punishment pick and not Rob's. It's going to become increasingly hard to tell, I think, as this episode goes on.
Yeah, I mean, and again, we've talked about it. After this year, it becomes a bit, and that's a problem for everybody involved.
And by the way, not to bring it back up again, but how did Chris get a second pick? Did he take Kat's pick that she was giving him and use it against Rob?
Yeah,
Yes.
so the idea was,
Holy shit.
that was the deal he made, that
I didn't see that part.
he was going to target Kat with a pick, which he did anyway, right?
Yeah, he did.
But or she could give up a pick and he would target me. And so she, like a coward, gave up her pick.
No. I on the record again. It wasn't like he would target me or I could give up a pick. It was he could target me and I could give up a pick, or he could go a whole year targeting specifically me, which I felt like locking him into a bit for a whole year was unfair. Well, he just got out of ring prison. I didn't want to put him in a different prison. We would have had to watch Spiral anyway, and then next week we'd be watching Lisa Frankenstein. And then, Rob would have been pissed either way.
Yeah. So, but then he came to me and offered me the same deal, and I said, nah. Take a shot, man. Let's end this thing. Take a shot.
Wow. What a ballsy move.
If he wants to lock himself into targeting me for a year and get trapped in a whole nother thing, then that's on him. He doesn't have to do that.
He doesn't have to.
Saying.
He doesn't have to do that, but if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's free to do.
that's what I'm saying though. Because is Chris using it as a ploy, or is he really? I believe he'll do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
I think
it's fully a bluff, but it could be.
I don't know if it's a ploy to just acquire more picks.
Right. It could
beyond the Patreon pick that we do every month, that, there's a chance he'll win, a chance he won't, depending on how the voting goes. I do feel like Chris had a pretty good record for a while of winning. Although I think people kind of hurt him.
People got tired of hearing us talk about Ring movies is what happened. And I'll tell you what, though, every fucking month, those Ring movies were in the running, too, by the way.
So, we'll see what Chris decides to do. Basically, I put the ball in his court, So there's that. Also, we should talk about the fact that we are doing Spiral from the Book of Saw, because throwing fuel on the fire of what I've been saying, which is that this show will not make it through 2025. We could not pick a movie. And so at the last minute, we said, let's use one of Chris's picks. This is a disaster. And we're going to have to set up some sort of system here to get these movies picked, or we're not going to make it to the end of the year.
That could be interesting, too.
And honestly, on Twitter, I declared 2025 the year of slasher radio. Nobody reads my tweets, apparently, because this is just fuckery.
I didn't see that. Was it your New Year tweet?
It was the New Year tweet, yeah.
I responded to you.
Yeah, well, in there I said,
I read it, the fuck.
I said, you didn't pay attention, because I said 2025, the year of slasher radio. And here we are, the very first episode going, I don't know what movie we should do. Let's just let Chris pick it. Like a bunch of fucking dummies.
To be fair, I had YouTube stuff to do because of the whole David Howard Thornton thing. I was sick and very busy. To be fair.
All right.
Yeah. But a system would A, help, and B, could be very interesting. So we do have to talk about that.
I just assumed Cat was drunk.
That too.
I might have been.
All right. Also, for Amber, the rest of Amber's message. Amber, first and foremost, we love Amber. Always love
you, Amber.
Love you, Amber.
Namaste, Amber.
I'm glad we're able to air out these grievances on the show. That's very special of us to do. That's not true. I love Amber. Every single time I join Greg's live, I tell her, hi, Amber, you're beautiful, whatever. Whether she's on camera with him or not, I'm always very complimentary of Amber. I always tell Amber every time I'm in there live that I love her. All that stuff. All the time, every time. And I've told Greg that he should get his ass in the Discord several times. So yell at Greg on that one, Amber. You yell at Darth Gregor for that. I've told him at least 3 times that he should join the Discord because it's fun. And he didn't do it. And he brushed it. I don't know about that. So it's not him. You guys should have been in there. I told him a while ago.
To be fair, Amber, you're not missing anything in the Discord.
No, you're really
I'm not
fucking
in there,
nuts.
So
I try to be in there less and less. Anyway. We love Amber, though. All that being said. All right, so rest of the stuff in the mailbag. Oh, wait, hold on. No, actually, hold on a second. She said that Chris goes too easy on me.
Yeah, huh?
Rob, come on. Help me out a little bit here. Come on. Granted, lately...
This is not the week to ask Rob to help you out on that.
That's true.
What I do think Chris is doing lately, instead of sniper fire, he's got a shotgun, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of collateral damage with a lot of the picks. Like, he is targeting a certain person, but we're all catching something from it. You know what I mean?
And what I feel Chris is also doing is recognizing that I took it in the ass for a damn year with this ring thing. Whether I could have stopped it or not, I took it in the ass regardless. And he was the one pegging me with this ring thing for a whole year. And that's the other thing about him taking that pick and targeting Rob. Good for him, because you guys were pressuring that I should be the one to take it again. And Chris, like a gentleman, say, you know what? No, I'm going to honor what I was doing, and I'm going to stick to it. Good for Chris. I finally get a break from Chris, but let's keep in mind, he wasn't easy on me for the rest of the year.
Well, despite your colorful description of what happened, once again, you were not alone in that. We had to watch those damn movies, too.
Understood. But the venom was that. Again, there's always splash. Understood. But the venom was pointed at me. And he was yelling at me on Twitter, Discord, everything else at me.
I would argue that Rob has actually had the worst track record lately with Chris, because Rob, while it was aimed at Mikey, Rob famously does not like any of the Ring movies. This is my punishment pick that Rob is also having to watch. And Rob's actual punishment pick is still the only one on the horizon.
Yeah. Yes, it's a bad time to be Rob. That's true. But Rob had his good graces with Chris for a while,
It's
too.
always a bad time to be Rob. Let's be honest with ourselves.
All right. The rest of I just had to address that, too. I forgot about that. All right. Rest of the mailbag.
Anyway, the important thing is we love you, Amber, and it's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Yes, we love Amber. And thank you again for airing out these grievances on the show, Amber. I love that about us.
The next messages are from the latest episode of Killer Beats. First is from Carly. She says, 100% honest, I haven't listened to Killer Beats yet until today. And Mikey's first song he played being Money in the Grave by Drake was certainly not what I was expecting.
All right.
It wasn't what I was expecting either, Carly. I'll be honest with you.
You knew it'd be
Mikey's a
something
wild
along those
card.
lines. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though. Is
She
the thing.
didn't give an opinion either way. I'm curious. I don't know.
Feel like she's
We're still
It's a
getting to
bad
know
thing.
Carly. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what her opinion musically is. I know that she's lockstep with me on Terrifier. So far, so good with Carly. And she likes the diet and spiced rum. So, you know.
Yeah. Carly, is always posting spooky stuff on Twitter and everything. Yeah, Carly's aces so far. Agreeing with you too much, but still, I love Carly.
You can
but
never agree with me too much.
Let us know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, though, Carly. I can't tell. Maybe another hip hop fan. Maybe me and Nesto got another fucking friend.
I mean, I'm a hip hop fan. Remember, there was that one episode I was the only one to bring hip hop in.
You played a country version of Gin and Juice.
It wasn't country, it was bluegrass. There's a difference.
It was redneck, is what it was. All right.
Fucking slap that song.
It's just me and Nesto, man. It's a tragedy. It's Chris sometimes, but it's really just me and Nesto with the hip hop stuff, and it's kind of heartbreaking.
And Greg brought that one hip hop song that one time that made us decide that he wasn't allowed to submit songs anymore.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Greg is banned from submitting songs. Greg got banned from a Patreon segment or a show, whatever. Yes, so that happened. All right. Remainder of the mailbag. This is Chris. Chris also had a message under the Killer Beats thing.
The next message is from EyeRChris. Also, Killer Beats episode. The hosts with me, and I feel at the moment. Ghost track, though, did closer to Cat, but surprised it wasn't Kiss the Go-Goat. For think honestly, the only reason is he leaves his tracks for the year to chance and or troll picks. Rap, hip-hop has a place for me. I'm an Eminem appreciator bones, and I didn't have a punk phase. For me, it was horror, so it was M-I-C-P, Brother Lynch, Hung, and Esham. The last messages from...
Okay.
I don't know who half those people listed there at the end were, and the ones that I do know I don't like. So
ICP or Juggalos?
I know.
Okay, you knew them. All right.
Yeah. Remember, I almost went to the Gathering that one year.
That would have been priceless. All right, Chris, I do feel better, Chris. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. Chris is always a wild card when it comes to Killer Beats because he also appreciates a lot of different genres.
Also, before I forget, Kiss the Go-Goat is really good, but I did not recognize it at first. Sometimes when I hear a single from an artist that I don't know, I'll listen to that single a whole bunch before I expand into their other stuff, which is what was going on with Mariana Cross. I do that. Sometimes bands let me down. I'll hear a single that's nothing like the rest of the band. And then, I go to listen to the rest of their music and I'm just devastated. And it's given me paranoia about it, which was not the case with Ghost, but I was worried that it would be.
No, Ghost has got some really good stuff.
Yeah.
Good band.
Fair enough. We got one more message in the mailbag.
The last message is from Carly. She commented on last week's episode with David Howard Thornton. She writes, I'm so glad y'all were nice to Nosferatu. I was a little nervous about how you would feel about it. I absolutely. The original 1922 movie is one of my favorites ever. Here were my favorite horror movies of 2024. 5. Late Night with the Devil. 4th, Lowlifes. 3rd, Heretic. 2nd, Nosferatu. 1. The Substance.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
All right.
Substance.
Well, Late Night with the Devils from 2023.
No, it's not.
We talked about that last week. Yes, it is. It's a 2023 movie. Played festivals in 2023. Low Lifes, though, is an overlooked gem from 2024. I really like that movie. It was a lot of fun.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I think it's on Shudder. I don't know. It's streaming somewhere. I watched it. It was easy to find, and it was quite enjoyable. The Substance, Nosferatu were really good. I don't remember what the other one was she said.
Heretic.
Oh, yeah. Heretic was awesome, too. Yeah, those are solid picks.
Yeah. Carly and then Bring in the Wood. I like it.
Yeah. Except for picking a 2023 movie.
It's not true. Also, for listeners who are not patrons, the Killer Beat stuff that they're talking about and referring to in the other messages, patreon.com/radio. Get it there. An extra show every week, a whole bunch of other shit too. So go check that out and know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Cheap assholes.
All right. Oh, also, new patron.
Oh.
I almost forgot about that. Okay. I don't even need to. New patron. Should have mentioned it at the top of the show. I mentioned the whole Frankenstein drink. That's my bad. Rob is familiar with this patron. It is Vivi Blair. Rob, you remember Vivi, right?
Yeah, I know Vivi, yeah.
Vivi, hop on the Patreon. She's been listening to our episodes. I can't tell who she sides with the most.
Well, clearly it'll be me.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's a smart woman. She knows who has correct opinions about things.
She's also seen you play Dead by Daylight.
I was just trying to remember if she's ever had the joy of playing Dead by Daylight with me, and I don't know if she has or not.
I believe she has. She's seen you play Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
She's aware. I don't know. I think she's played with you.
Yeah, I can't remember if we played or not.
I don't know. But thank you, Vivi, for hopping on, joining the Patreon. We do appreciate you guys supporting us. And again, patreon.com/radio, tier starting as low as $3 a month. Hell of a deal. Oh, did I hit my button?
Yes.
Is that where we're at? Fuck.
Yes.
Let's do like 4 this week.
Why?
Why not?
Rob requested it.
Mix it up a little bit, you know?
No. This is Punish Cat Week. I can't get extras on Punish Cat Week. It's not fair. See, Chris? See, this is why Chris does this, too. This is why. Chris is like the vigilante he's turning into of Slasher Radio.
Mikey, what if I offer 2 or 1 really bad one?
Give me the one bad one.
I was getting ready to say, now I kind of just want the one bad one.
Yeah.
I actually have 2 bad ones. Do you want 2 bad ones? Or I know.
When you try to cut that kind of deal, now my curiosity speaks.
Yeah.
Are we going to have to beat the segment again?
All right.
I hope not.
Oh,
oh boy.
Oh, Cat. No, I'm not even reading it. No. No.
I haven't looked yet. This is the Gabaghoulie Mystery Corner where our listeners anonymously send in Italian memes making fun of me for being Italian. I don't know why this gets done. The images go up on Patreon. I try my best to describe them on the show. Oh, no. Ain't no way. That's gross. Rob, I'll explain in a second. Rob, it's worse because it's Little Caesars, right?
That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all.
Right? Like, I feel like if this thing, because we've had something similar to this monstrosity, this atrocity that we have in front of us right now, and it didn't feel this bad, right?
I think the visual on this one's extra gross is the problem. Yeah.
Oh, boy. I got to sit up for this one. All right.
To be fair to Cat, we did say we want the one really bad one.
Yeah, you guys did say, listen.
Although I have a feeling we were getting this one no matter what.
I've been sitting on it for like a year. It was going to come up eventually. I could have deleted it. I chose not to. But.
Fuck. All right. Can I read this?
I don't know, dude.
Can I read this? You know? Oh, I got to make a whole new bleep. Do I get bleep for this?
I don't know.
Get bleep for this.
I don't know.
It's still not as bad as the shirt.
No, it's still not as bad as the shirt. I had to make a new bleep sheet. We're in 2025. The last one's done. Look at us.
Look at that. I got 0 bleeps for the year.
I feel like damn it. All right. It's hard because like then people won't know unless they're on the Patreon. They won't know what we're talking about at all. So like I kind of have to not bleep it. I think, right?
Yeah.
It's not even me trying to get out of the bleep. I'd kind of be proud of this one. All right. So a lot of anticipation here. It's a fleshlight with like, I don't know, like a stuffed crust from a pizza in the fleshlight and sticking out.
Yeah. It's real gross.
And again, that itself, we had the pasta fleshlights once upon a time ago, which caused a big stink around here. Oompa Loompas, everything got involved. This one, there's like cheese pulling out of the, it's bad.
I think that's what really makes it bad. The cheese pulling out. Look, that's really gross.
Bad.
And it's an advertisement like this is a product too,
Right.
which makes it even worse.
It might be a product. I don't know. I haven't been to Little Caesars in a long time.
Ain't no way. There's a Little Caesars logo in the bottom left. And the top of the ad is, oh my God, $9. I can't believe I have to say this. Like, what are we doing here? Why? I'm not bothering. It's 2:00 in the morning. I'm in my house trying to relax on a weekend. Why do I have to read this? Like, this isn't what we're supposed to be doing here.
$9 is a deal.
It's a hell of a deal. It's a hell of a deal. I mean, yeah, I guess it's a hell of a deal. You can only use this once.
Well,
I get, right?
I don't know. I mean, it would be tough to eat.
What the? That should be bleeped.
You need what would you use? I guess an extra long fork or something?
It's not for eating. What's wrong with you?
Well, yeah, it's pizza.
The ad is titled Hot and Ready, 4 to 8 p.m. Extra most bestest stuffed crust fleshlight. And underneath it, it has a little note on the advertisement with an arrow pointing to the cheese pull. Because, God forbid you missed that, right? An arrow pointing to the cheese pull that says stuffed with 3 feet of cheese.
3 feet.
Now, I'm not a doctor, but I would imagine putting your pecker in 3 feet of cheese, I wouldn't advise it. It can't go well. Like, what if that thing combusts?
I think the idea is you eat it and then you can reuse it as many times as you want. You just got to clean it out, right?
No, because then you're just fucking a plastic thing. You're not going to want to do that.
You put that up to your mouth and you just squeeze it. It comes right out.
You need to stop talking about eating from this thing. Seriously.
I'm not looking at it. I'm just talking about it.
But I have to describe it. I'm staring at it as you're saying that. So stop. Yeah. You know what? Oh, wait a minute. And there's a thing on the bottom right. It's like how they have like the little fine print with the star on it, and probably like 3 inches of you. Wow. I didn't see that till just now. Oh man. I mean, yeah, that's probably what you got if if you got one of these things. But wouldn't it combust like that much cheese and dough, like in a little plastic thing like that?
I don't know.
You put too much pressure, it's going to blow.
The burns.
Oh yeah.
Because it says that stuff is hot and ready, right? Like that.
I was just going to say, I don't think that it's hot, but then I saw the
it's hot and ready.
Hot and ready. So
yeah, Little Caesars thing is hot and ready. So that cheese has got to be pretty warm.
Oh man. Let's do a podcast, man. Let's start a podcast talking about horror movies. It'd be so cool. I love horror movies so much. I'm passionate. I'm talking about fucking cheese fleshlights from Little Caesars. It's not even like Pizza Hut or not. Like, it's Little Caesars. Okay, even if these like became a thing, right? Like where it was popular to get a stuffed crust fleshlight, Little Caesars bottom tier.
Yeah, but I do feel like if any company was going to sell this, it would be Little Caesars.
Right, but I'm saying like, it's not even going to work, right? Like imagine if you ordered that. Because I remember I went through it with the whole Detroit style pizza shit with them. Remember that?
Yeah, Detroit style pizza is the best style pizza.
Yeah, I know. It'd be nice if I got a Detroit style pizza. I didn't when I ordered one. It was disgusting what they sent me and called it a Detroit style pizza.
No, yeah, you can't. A chain doesn't make good Detroit style pizza. Pizza Hut did Detroit style pizza too, and it was terrible.
It was better than this. I promise you that. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to Little Caesars in forever. My kid used to like, how kids like crap.
Yeah.
So he was little. He liked Little Caesars, and we would go there a lot. But
I will say, I have a Little Caesars like really, really close to my house, and sometimes I'll get Little Caesars.
Me too.
I would quit if I had to see this every time I went in.
Take your phone in there, show them that, and tell them it's what you want.
No, because then I won't have convenient pizza anymore. They'll kick me out.
Have Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy do it.
Well, I don't care if he gets kicked out of Little Caesars, I guess.
He shows up in his mustache and Crocs.
Honestly, for real, who would, and this is Patreon content right here. Stevie would do it. Honestly, without blinking a fucking eye, he would do it. And if I could record him doing it, it might break the internet. he would have 100% do it. And then argue with them when they tell them no, honestly. That would be a sight to see. All right. Show something else. I'm going to go ahead and call out Chris on this one. I do it sometimes. I know Chris was nice to me, but this seems like it has Chris written all over. Chris, did you do this? Let me know. And man up to this one, because this one's a little erratic. Who else would find this?
That is true.
All right. Fucking segment. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Spiral. Good Lord. That thing is disgusting. Why'd you talk about eating it?
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know. What else are you going to talk about? It's food and a fleshlight. What am I going to talk about?
It's gross.
What, now you don't like pizza?
Not in a fleshlight. No, I don't. Do you think they give you like a side of marinara to
Oh, damn it, Mikey.
Yeah, that's where the line is.
I always feel the pressure to find the perfect gift for my relatives. In this case, whether you're sending an unforgettable gift or treating yourself to everyday perfection, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. For me, I'm not just into steaks. I like all types of meat. That's why I'll usually get the Winter's Best Seller Pack. It comes with juicy fillets, chicken breast, pork chops, and even burgers. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. A family-owned company with over 100 years of experience in the meat industry. Save big on unforgettable gifts with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and earn an extra 20% off select favorites during their cyber sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code YUM at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code YUM at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to omahasteaks.com to get 50% off site-wide plus an extra 20% off select favorites and more limited-time deals during their cyber sale. And use promo code YUM at checkout for an extra $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details. A big thanks to our advertiser, Omaha Steaks.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair. My favorite thing about the holidays? Decking out my whole house. It's not a competition, but if it was, well, I'd win the season with Wayfair. Outdoor inflatable Santa? Got it on Wayfair. Trees, lights, and ornaments? Wayfair. Hosting must-haves like dining sets, beds, sheets, and towels? Wayfair. For everything in your style delivered with fast and free shipping, visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app to win the season. But again, it's not a competition.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Oh, fuck. Oh, you know what? All right, we're back, though. Before, I wanted to mention this before we got into all this shit, but it's worth mentioning. Last week, as we're recording this, the Friday the 13th servers went down.
Yeah.
And, dude, I feel like it's worth mentioning. I love that game so fucking much, dude. I stand by it. Was the greatest game ever created, ever. Like, it was so good.
Did you play it like one last time?
No, I didn't. I was sick. So and I had a ton of editing to do last week. I just didn't get the chance to do it. Like, I don't get on my Xbox very often. And if I could have played it on my computer, I would have. But those servers, I just got hackers all night who the PC servers were bad. So yeah, and plus it was sad, dude. Like, I kind of, as much as I would have wanted to, it would have hurt more. So I didn't want to even do it. But a lot of great memories on that game. We mentioned my friend Let It Hang, Marcus, earlier. I met him on that game. And it's just really sad, dude. Like, that thing has so much potential. The amount of passion they put from the films into that game was insane. And for it to fun, like, it wasn't even just one of those, ooh, look at this, play it a few times and you're done. Like, the game functioned, it worked, it was great.
They did a great job with the game, and I feel bad for the guys at Gun. Because they put a lot into that game, and I feel like they kind of got screwed by this whole rights thing. They had a bunch of stuff, from what I understand, close to being ready that they wanted to put out. They weren't able to, and now they've been forced to shut down the servers. Yeah, I mean, they kind of got screwed on that deal, and I feel bad for those guys.
Absolutely, man. And it's like, they get a lot of shit, man. They get so much shit. And it's fucked up because a lot of people blame them. I seen, because it was trending on Twitter like all weekend leading up to and it's never, I seen people tweeting, oh, it was their fault. It's like, no, idiots, it wasn't. They put so much work into this game and seen it, not even just as their passion piece that it was, but also as their means as a company at Gun Interactive for a future to function, you know, and
it's got to be the game that put them on the map, really, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah. They were not, that was the game. They were, you know, no one knew about them before that.
Right. And for what it's worth, they were able to take that energy and they channeled it into TCM, and that's a cool game. You know, and they keep putting stuff out for that. Yeah.
But it's not hitting very well, you know.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I mean, you know, for their end, they did an excellent job with that game. I mean, it could be a little more difficult because I only played that one time and I totally dominated it. But
but yeah, it's, you know, it sucks. And, you know, TCM isn't, like I said, it's not hitting the way, it's not very popular as far as, you know, most asymmetrical horrors. And it's got to suck. They had one, you know, that was like better than Dead by Daylight, which is the flagship for that, you know, and they lost it. Like, that's got to suck, dude. Like, that hurts them more than anybody. And for people to give them shit is just crazy. Anyway, I felt that was worth bringing up. Very sad. But Spiral.
Certainly worth bringing up. And hopefully, who knows, maybe we'll get Jason in Dead by Daylight.
That'll be fun. Getting tunneled by Jason. Yes, that's what I want. But anyway, Spiral, the Book of Saw. Anybody want to go first with opening thoughts?
I mean, I do feel like this is sort of Cat's thing. So,
well, so the thing about Spiral from the Book of Saw, it really frustrates me that it's a Saw movie. Like, at its core, because you know how I feel about Saw movies. I love them, typically. This one makes such, like, even in the title, Spiral, from the Book of Saw. Like, it's not Saw 9, but then when they go back to the Saw franchise, they call it Sawx. Like, Saw 10. Like, we're just supposed to count this one, but not ever talk about it. And that really frustrates me. I really wish that they had just continued with, like, Saw 9 as a naming convention for this. Because even when they were making this, they knew that it wasn't going to be like a Saw movie. And I feel like we feel that in the presence of this. But as I said, like, it's easier to be disappointed in a movie when you're a big fan of the franchise and when you have expectations and there's a certain quality standard and like things that you are drawn to about the franchise. I tried really hard today for the first and possibly only time to watch this as its own movie, like, because it tried to distance itself from Saw. I was at theater opening day, like, in my fucking Saw outfit with my Saw tattoo, right? Like, I was there for a Saw movie, and that made me feel really let down. So I tried to watch it today as just like a movie. And you know what? Might be the worst movie I've ever seen. It's really bad. It doesn't hold up on its own either. I don't feel like I was overreacting about this.
Damn.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I mean, I won't go that far. This is not the worst movie I've ever seen, but I think when I was watching it, much like Cat, I saw this opening night. I saw it in IMAX, and I did not like it when I came out of theaters. No surprise. I don't like Saw movies, you know. Watching it today, which was the first time I'd seen it since being in the theater. What I realized about it is it doesn't feel like a Saw movie at all, which actually should be a plus for me, but somehow it isn't. But I do think that it kind of works for the movie that they're making because they're not really making a Saw movie, right? This is a copycat Jigsaw. It's not going to be exactly the same. So I actually wasn't as bothered by that as I was the first time that I saw it in theaters. My problems with the movie go beyond it just being part of the Saw franchise into the realm of what Kat was mentioning there. It's just not a very good movie. Unfortunately, it's a police procedural where the police don't really do anything. They just get sent all the clues.
Yeah. This movie was boring as shit. This is my first watch on Spiral too, by the way. So
I thought you saw it in theaters for some reason.
I thought you did too.
No, there's certain movies I'm just not going to even bother. You know, like I would not consider watching this in theaters. There's no way that I would do it because I know I'm not going to like it. Like, I'm not going to. Like, why waste the experience? You know what I mean? Like, why waste the time? Sitting in traffic, going there, dealing with little ratty ass kids, spending like, $100 almost for two people to see a movie. It sucks. For a shitty movie like this that I know is going to be bad? No. Didn't. And I just never got around to it afterwards because everyone was like, yeah, this is bad. And I'm like, okay, I thought so. So why would I want to sit and watch it?
Did this come out during the heyday of Movie Pass, Cat?
It might have, yeah.
It was right around that time, right? Because I was seeing a lot of stuff that I normally wouldn't have seen when I had Movie Pass, and it was kicking.
You would have seen this.
That thing was awesome. Probably, I mean, maybe. I saw Socks.
Socks? Anyway, yeah, it is really boring, man. It's really, really boring. And I feel like if you're gonna, like, I kind of like what they were thinking about doing, as a concept, like a copycat Saw killer. We don't want to make a Saw movie. Everyone wants Kramer and Amanda back, and we kind of fucked that up. So how do we get around it? We make a copycat Saw movie and, cast Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson, big names, and we're going to do it. You got to at least get that feel somewhere, and they just didn't have it. Even the traps where you can point to a lot of things where it's like, ooh, that's like the original Saw movies. And, very small aspects of those traps were, but as a whole, those scenes did not feel like Saw whatsoever. And you got to at least get that shit right.
I'm not even sure I understood most of the traps in this movie.
It's something that I want to talk about because, like, I get a lot of shit on this podcast specifically for liking Saw movies as much as I do. But there are things that are good about the Saw movies that we look for, that Saw fans look for. And one of them is that all of these traps can be made like with things from the local department store or in socks, things that you find and duct tape in Mexico. Like, that's fine. He works with the setting, whatever. But it's like that's kind of part of the thing is that, like, all of these traps, there's a big engineering background that goes into the Saw movies. There's this very gritty feeling. A lot of those traps in Spiral. Oh, and the editing. I talked about this. I think it's most prevalent in Saw and Saw 2, a little bit less so as the Saw movies go on. But, like, they're edited very well. We have a lot of quick cut edits. They're very smooth. Like, it's a very consistent tone, and it makes us feel like we see more than we see sometimes. There's a lot of clarity in the traps that, combined with the quick editing, has this very visceral feel. It's what I like best about the Saw movies. I think they do it better than any of the, like, Saw ripoff movies or random torture porn that's out there. Unfortunately, I think two of the worst things in Spiral, you could point to any two things, I guess, because everything in Spiral is kind of bad. But the two things that bothered me most were that the traps have this almost sci-fi element where it's like you have to, like, I'm not saying that none of them could happen, but they're, like, very over engineered to the point where I don't even understand them half of the time. And so much was cut out during editing that, like, they're very confusing traps. The finger trap, I think, for me, was the biggest offender of this, the Chinese finger trap that they had, where they're like, I don't even know. It looked like the Venom tar that the guy was stuck in. And, like, I even watching back today, because I knew that was the one that had bothered me the most on the watch, I don't understand how that trap functions. And that's a problem in a movie about the traps. Like, and that's the thing is, like, a big criticism that I had when I saw Spiral was, like, it's too much of a dumb police procedural where nothing happens. And everyone's like, but those traps were so haunting. And it's like, I can't even explain the trap to you. Like, I'm not going to be haunted by it. I'm going to be thinking about Needle Pit from 2.
The weird black goo stuff shows up again when it's spilled on that lady's face. And I'm like, why is there just a whole tap of this? What is this shit? Like, I don't understand what is happening. The stupid finger trap thing. I'm with you, Cat. I kept looking at it like, what is that holding his fingers? Why does he have to bite on a thing? Like, I don't understand what's happening. You know what I understand? A reverse bear trap. That's fucking simple, and it makes goddamn sense.
And that's why it was good.
Yeah.
It you didn't spend the whole scene trying to figure it out. You were just watching the scene because it made sense.
Yeah, it is not. Those are not the worst thing about this movie, though, Kat.
There's a whole like plethora of things to pick from. Everything's bad. Real bad.
I zeroed in on one, and that is the dialogue.
That's a solid choice.
From this movie feels like somebody filled out a Mad Libs to make a bad cop movie. It is so horrendous. It is so bad. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me with this dialogue? No one talks like that. Even in bad cop movies, they don't talk like this. It's so stupid.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. It's hard for me to see Chris Rock in that role. That might be disrespectful to an actor. I understand.
It's not because he came in. No, there are a lot of actors that if you want to be like that, it's disrespectful that I can only see them as one person. I'd agree with you. But Chris Rock, a self-proclaimed Saw fan, like they gave him the role because he said he liked Saw. And then he came in and was just Chris Rock. He did the thing that Chris Rock always does in movies, which was a bit. He did a little comedy bit.
Yeah, but you have to know that's what you're going to get.
I don't have a problem with him doing the little comedy bit thing. My problem is this. Chris Rock is an immensely talented stand-up comedian. He's great at that. He has never, ever been in a good movie, and he's never been good in a movie. Like, he's not a good actor. He's just not. So, he takes this role as... Oh my God, speaking of dialogue, the scene at the beginning where he's sitting in the chief's office and he's getting yelled at is the most cliche thing in the world. And he's playing it in the most cliched way in the world. And it's just because that's what he can do as an actor. Like there are comedians and people who come from a world of comedy who can stretch themselves into the horror world. We see it all the time, right? Like Jordan Peele is a great example, but he's not an actor in those movies. He's making the movie. He's a director. Chris Rock even in comedy movies, Chris Rock isn't very good. He's just not a good actor. He's a brilliant stand-up comic, like all the talent in the world. But he needs to stick to that because acting is not his thing. And it is nowhere is it better on display than in this movie where he is horrendous.
Yeah. He just always seemed out of place. Even when he wasn't doing anything, he seemed out of place.
Because he wasn't acting like a detective. Like,
I don't think he knows how to. He can't. He's Chris Rock. He doesn't know how to do it.
And it's kind of my thing. Like, again, something about the Saw movies, and this is, I think, more an acting choice or more an editing like feature than an acting choice. But people look busy. Like, they look involved in their roles. They're doing something. We haven't had Saw movies with like footage of people just standing around until 7 a little bit. Matt Gibson was a bad detective, guys. He was also a bad detective who just stood around a lot and didn't really he made snarky comments and didn't do stuff. And a big complaint people had about 7 was that one didn't really feel like a Saw movie either. I'd argue Spiral is a lot worse. And it's because, Chris Rock, he doesn't do any detective work. He's not acting like a detective. If they didn't call him detective, I would not have known that was his job. Like, it's bad.
Hey, Mikey, do you know who the fuck Matt Gibson is?
He was the detective in Saw 7.
Oh, okay.
He didn't do anything. He stood around making quippy comments.
This is now the 3rd time you've been made fun of tonight alone for
what
knowing
is
Saw
happening?
Stuff. 3 times.
We're a horror podcast, guys.
I mean,
we have a Gabaghoulie Mystery Corner.
Used to be a horror podcast, guys.
Is he one of the guys who looks just like the other guy?
No.
Oh, all right. Then I'm out. I say, if it's not John Kramer, Amanda, or the twins, I don't know what you're talking about.
Fair point. But that's the thing, though, man. They were clearly just going for a name to sell this movie. That's what this movie was.
This does have very much the feel of like they did with the Hellraiser later sequels, where they're like, "Hey, we've got this script lying around. Let's just put Pinhead in it and make it a Hellraiser movie." This one does have that feel of, "Hey, we've got this script. Why don't we put some Jigsaw shit in it? And we'll try and make it a Saw movie of some kind." Like, it feels very much like that. I don't think that's what happened, but that's what it feels like when you watch it.
Yeah, it 100%, man. And spoil the budget for me real quick, Rob. Sorry. I know you hate when I do that.
Make me look. 20 million.
Yeah, this had to make money, and that's what they were trying to do. I get it. And it's hard to kind of get that name because they tried to modernize Saw too is another thing that they tried to do. They tried to make it for this generation, and they did certain things that were more friendly to this generation with the design of a couple of things with not Jigsaw, because Jigsaw wasn't in the movie, but whatever this pig thing is, which I thought was pretty cool at points, by the way. But they're trying to modernize this. They're trying to put a relatable name that, younger people probably have. I don't know. And they picked Chris Rock for some fucking comedian from the 90s. I don't know what they were trying to do here. But all I know is, to my original point, you can get away with a lot of that shit. Maybe not completely, but it'll be better if you at least nail the fucking vibes of Saw when you need to. That was my biggest point of this movie, is none of it felt like Saw. And if you're going to do something like this, you have to at least pull from that. Make the fucking room green and call it a day. Like something, dude, anything, something to where it can feel like Saw. Nothing. And that was the biggest crime. And performances in a horror movie, you look the other way, not usually at a $20 million movie. But I feel like it would have felt better if they could have got something right, and that should have been the one thing, if nothing else, that you get right. And what fucking cop is going to go down that fucking ghetto pipeline sewer ass thing because somebody took a goddamn purse? None of it made sense from the beginning.
Yeah, they kind of missed the mark on that from the jump.
Or not, I'm turning around once I seen they went down there, be like, sorry, lady, I'll get a report made for you. That's about it.
And that's it's another small thing that bugs me. Like, people give a lot of shit to John Kramer for being petty, which they say it's a plot hole. I think it's good character development. I think John Kramer is just a petty person, and that's fine. He's the villain. He's allowed to be petty when he feels like it. But I had a tough time because I had a tough time understanding the voice of the animatronic. I literally don't know what people were up to. I don't know why they were chosen. I had a tough time understanding what was going on plot wise. It was because those are vital informations, like who the victims are and why they're chosen. And it's I feel like we get some of it in the overarching police brutality plot, but we don't really get it in the traps themselves.
I didn't have that problem. I could understand the animatronic weird voice thing just fine. And they all made sense. It wasn't petty stuff. These were big things. These were people who should be punished. Maybe not in the way that they were, but there were people who should be punished. That is the one thing that I liked about this movie, is its whole fuck the cops aesthetic. I was a big fan of that.
Well,
other than that, I wasn't so much on board with anything that was going on. But I didn't have a problem understanding what was happening. The one guy shot and killed an innocent person, so he had to rip his fingers off. I mean, his fingers pulled the trigger, whatever. It's fine.
So that aesthetic, that arc really bothers me. I don't care that was the direction that they went for it. I think that generally it's really on brand for Saw, but it really, really irritated the hell out of me that they were in the marketing more than the movie, but a little bit in the movie, they nod to it as well, where they're it's these crimes are the 10-year-old cold case of John Kramer. They're going off. They're vaguely trying to connect these things. And then they're except for this time, it's being aimed at the corrupt cops. And it's no. Saw 2 onwards, John Kramer was targeting cops for police brutality. He was recruiting cops that he felt would sympathize with his stance against police brutality. That's a huge running theme in the Saw franchise. And on the one hand, it's well, this is a separate thing. And multiple people have told me to let this go about Spiral, but it does really frustrate me because it's if you're not going to take John Kramer's ideology into this, then why put it in the Saw universe? Or why connect it at all? Why bring him up?
Yeah, I could see that. I think that the counterpoint to that is no one remembers anything that happens after Saw 2 except for you.
What?
So
okay, but Saw 2 was about police brutality. That's how Matthew gets chosen.
Who's Matthew?
That's how Marky Mark gets chosen.
It's not Marky Mark, it's his brother.
That's how Donnie Mark gets chosen. I don't know what his name is.
Donnie Mark. Okay. All right. I'm with you. Yeah, I do remember. I forgot he was in that movie. Yeah, it's like, but they also kind of flip that on its head though too, right? Because it's like, well, the guy who's saying fuck the cops is the villain. So are the cops the good guys then? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
The messaging's got a little murky there towards the end. I guess the good, honest cops, all three of them, they're the good guys.
Yeah. The voice for the tapes or, the jigsaw spots, I guess you'd call them. That couldn't have been worse if they tried. Seriously.
I didn't mind it. I really didn't. Like,
what?
So
how?
Their initial idea was to use the voice of a child.
They should have.
But they didn't like the way it sounded, so they changed it to just sort of a monotone, flat kind of thing.
Can you imagine how bad the child sounded?
Yeah, I didn't like it, but I didn't like anything about the movie. I didn't mind that. Like, that didn't stand out to bad. There was so much other bad happening that bad didn't bother me.
But those are the big moments. Those are the moments you go to see a Saw movie for. The Book of Saw. From the Book of Saw, like, come on.
But he's a copycat. It's not going to sound like Jigsaw. Like, if it sounded like Jigsaw, that would be really stupid.
Fine. It doesn't. I don't want it to sound like, but make it sound creepy, ominous, something.
Except for, I don't know. I felt like it needed to sound like Jigsaw, or they needed to not bring Jigsaw up, because it's this weird gray area where it's like, we want to be different. Very much like the title of this movie from the Book of Saw. Like, you can tell that they want the Saw money. They want Saw fans in seats for this, right? Like, but it was a trick because they were afraid to be too much like Saw for the criticism. Like, they didn't want that, and they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. And it's very frustrating because, like, with the voice, with the like messaging, with the traps, they're like, we can't let it be too much like a Saw thing because this is a copycat. So we're going to instead let it not be like that at all. And it's like, if I were a copycat, if I were a copycat, especially that had access to police records where the voice modulator had been like very heavily documented, I would want to try and sound like Jigsaw, like
something.
I don't know.
At least get close.
I think if it sounds too much like Jigsaw, then it comes off as dumb.
But it's dumb anyway.
Like,
I'd rather have it be dumb and understandable.
I didn't have a problem understanding it. I don't know.
I had the hardest time understanding that fucking thing.
You were 4 cutwaters deep when you watched it.
I was 1.5 cutwaters deep when I watched it. I'm 4 cutwaters deep now. And I wasn't in the theater. Like, I wasn't drinking on Saw Day in the theater.
And by the way, let's not say that they did not follow or pay homage to the Saw traditions in this film, because clearly when they flashed back to a younger Kid Rock or Chris Rock rather, it would have been really funny if it was Kid Rock. When they flashed back to him to show that he was younger, he was wearing a baseball cap. And I appreciated that.
It is important to know
that I was like, now it's a Saw movie. Now
But Samuel L. Jackson looked younger somehow, not by much, but he looked younger than Chris Rock did, and he wasn't even wearing a hat. How the hell they achieved that?
And they should have put a hat on him too. Everybody in the flash, everyone in a flashback should have a baseball cap on, so we know that they're younger. Even the extras.
Yeah, I don't know. It was cool. I like that they focused on the pig. That was cool because it's become so iconic. And like, obviously Billy the Puppet is also iconic, but I feel like Amanda especially.
Was that the stupid tricycle thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that.
That you should know. But Amanda's kind of become her own thing as well from it. And it was, honestly, I liked that whole scene where they sent the stuff to the precinct and they're opening the box and it's the pig mask and it's on that guy's arm or whatever. I don't know. I really liked, they had a couple of different scenes too with the pig mask like hung up in places and It had the spiral eyes and everything. Like, it was really cool. And I thought that was awesome. And I feel like if you were going to do that, you probably should have went harder in that direction. Not that it would have felt like Saw if they did it, but at least it would have felt like something consistent. You know, like if you're not going to make the effort to feel like Saw, which you should have done, at least go all the way with this. They could have did a lot more with it, and I feel like they missed the mark on that. At least you would have had something of some sort form of consistency somewhere. And I don't know, man. Like, I went in to try and like it. Like, I'm the second nicest to Saw. I'm kind of in the middle of two extremes on the show, but you know, I like Saw all in all, at least, especially the first 3 to 4 movies. I liked the first 2 a lot, and I wanted to like it. I was like, man, you know, maybe it's not that bad. And maybe now that I know and all the dust has settled, like, I know it's not a Saw movie and it'll be an easier time. I couldn't do it. I could not get it. And not to mention it, once again, this was boring as shit.
That's the thing is that, like,
it's super
complained
boring.
so much about it from the perspective of a Saw fan. It's like, here are my expectations for a Saw movie, and Spiral from the Book of Saw met none of them, right? But like, if you don't go in with those expectations, if you go in with nothing, this movie also gives you nothing. Like, it's the most boring movie I've ever seen, especially like because I'm someone that likes a lot of those torture porn ripoffs. Like, even when they're bad, there's like the Are You Scared Yet? Or whatever they're called. That was just like, it was basically no budget Saw. And they were terrible, but I'd have a good time watching them.
Yeah, you like Martyrs.
I don't even.
You were alone, man. You've gone through enough with Spiral. You gotta shit on Martyrs too.
This is so good. Taking strays here after I just watched Spiral. Anyway, I like the torture porn genre that Saw inspired. And this wasn't even good as that, like, because we can't understand the traps, and because there was a thing for a while where Josh Stolberg was talking about the content that they had to cut, right? And he very briefly shared like the 2-minute finger trap scene, and it was a lot better, right? Like, you could it wasn't great because I still don't understand what the like actual finger trap is made out of, but it was better. Like, you could see where everything was positioned. There was a lot more gore. Apparently they had a really tough time with the rating board trying to get this down to an R, and they had to cut a lot of the trap scenes into oblivion, which I think is sad. And I was like, well, we're coming in for like a really bloody movie. They cut out all the blood. I can understand how that would go terribly wrong. I was really hoping for a while they were going to do like a longer director's cut where we were going to be able to see all of that deleted content, and it just never happened. They didn't release it. So it's like, now I have to take their word for it that they had something really good, but unfortunately they can't show me. And it's like, well, then I have to rate what you gave me. And it's like, it's nothing.
I will say, and I didn't think of it until you were talking about it. One thing about the Saw movies in general that does work for me is that the scenes with the traps, the torture scenes, whatever you want to call them, they do tend to go a little longer, and they build a tension, and that it just does not exist in this movie. It's like these are like almost slasher kill fast, right? Like, you see the trap, you see. They sort of, quote unquote, explain it to you, even though it doesn't make any sense. And then the person's dead. Like, there's not any sort of tension of that person trying to struggle or fight or figure out the trap or any of that kind of shit, which is part of what drives the other movies.
It's really weird because when you say like you have 2 minutes to do, this terrible thing to yourself, and you're watching it in a Saw movie, like that feels like a very tense 2 minutes, whereas in this one, I think the magnet trap is maybe the worst offender of this, because we're watching Chris Rock try to interfere with the trap instead of watching the person like stuck there. But it's like, it just feels like any other scene in the movie where we're having Chris Rock shenanigans. Like, the 2 minutes is just completely arbitrary.
I don't know, man. It was very boring. It's like, I agree with everything you guys are saying. It's just everything about it. The boring aspect. I looked at this, excuse me, 32 minutes in and was in shock that there was an hour left in this fucking movie. I couldn't believe it. Out loud was in shock. I was like, oh my God, how have I not been sitting here at least 45 minutes? I thought I was an hour in. I was like, holy shit. It felt long. It was boring. It was bad. It made no sense. No consistency.
The flip side of the traps being cut short and everything is that the rest of the movie outside of them is a standard police procedural.
100%.
And so typically we would then see detectives doing police work. We don't really see any of that either. We just see detectives sitting in an office while packages are delivered to them. And so we don't even there are ways to make a detective story or a procedural interesting. A lot of times people fail at it. It's not an easy thing to do, but you can do it. But this movie doesn't even try to do that. And by the way, if you're a police officer or a detective or whatever, and a random package just arrives at the police station, do you just open it up?
Ain't no way.
No, and I'm
in the middle of the precinct.
Yeah, I feel like you got to call a bomb squad or something. You got to, shit's got to be X-rayed or something.
And they were like, no, fuck it, let's just open it. What? Vey. Yeah. And even the little bit they did go and see other than just waiting for fucking Amazon to arrive, the little bit that they did go out and actually do, they didn't even investigate these traps, which would have at least been cool. Maybe you could have got a real in-depth look at these traps and maybe they would have looked more daunting and scary if you got in there.
That's a trick that I think 7 used a lot better, but also a lot more, where it's it was very extreme deaths that were in there. We had these sort of torturous deaths, and it was a police procedural, but there was an interesting and engaging story that was happening with the police. And while they were investigating, no one was, it wasn't that they were being sent clues. It was that we were at the crime scenes. We were seeing the aftermath of the things that couldn't necessarily be shown on screen. We were watching them proactively try to solve these murders. And it's we don't have any of that in Spiral. It's bad.
Yeah. It's devoid of all of that. There's none of it. What do they go? They go to some drug dealer's apartment or something, which turns out to be a dead end lead anyway.
And they spend more time doing the drug arcs than they do investigating the murders.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. Other than that, they're just they get a thumb drive that has a picture on it of a random brick wall. And Chris Rock's I know exactly where that's at. And they go right to it just to find another package. They're on a scavenger hunt. It's not, this isn't police work.
So the wall thing, I've wondered before, and I wondered again today, if that was a callback to previous Saw movies, because the warehouse was found from graffiti. There were rival gangs that had different tags, and that was the clue to narrow down the search radius for John Kramer. And I had wondered if that was supposed to be a fun callback. There are a lot of things that if you really squint, you can see, oh, maybe this is a callback to something else that happened in a Saw movie. But it's very different because John Kramer anticipated that the cops would be there. He set traps for when the cops inevitably showed up, but he wasn't mailing them pictures of walls, It made him feel like a very clever mastermind, where we're did he send these clues? Was he waiting for them intentionally? Did he have enough faith in them? Those were questions that the audience could ask if they wanted to engage in the story. They weren't just oh, hey, the killer doesn't believe in the police enough, so he's going to tell them where this wall is. I don't know. It's the same story, the same plot point being used twice, but once feels very ineffective and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the setting for the big climax, the big finale there? Was that just a glass breaking factory? Like, do those exist? And is that how they're set up? Do they just break glass and shoot it at 1,000 miles an hour across a room and hope no one gets hit? Like, what was that?
I have no idea. Is
this a real thing? Like, what the hell is this?
A more generous person could take a guess that maybe it's some kind of like testing facility.
I didn't know. And then I thought, did the guy build this whole thing? Like, did he construct this entire thing? Like, when does he have the time? He's also a cop. He's got to keep up appearances.
That's the other thing. John Kramer is like a retired philanthropist / social engineer. He's got all the time in the world to do what he wants. Cops are busy. They're supposed to be when they're not getting mailed clues. But like having a full-time job and being Jigsaw, that was something that Hoffman struggled with. And he was only an apprentice. Like he wasn't doing the whole operation single-handed.
Hey, Mikey.
Hoffman is one of the dudes that looks like the other dudes.
Oh, he's one of the twins. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You should just say that.
Costas Mandylor. That's the actor that
made that up.
That's his name.
I don't think so.
Yes, Rob. Tell Kat all about the Saw franchise, please. I would love that.
No, she's making stuff up. She's trying to make us look foolish.
That would be an interesting Patreon show. Rob explains the Saw franchise to Cat Voleur.
I don't know. Well, see, there's this glass breaking factory. As far as I can tell, somebody got this entire building set up just to break glass and shoot it across the room at the speed of light for no discernible reason.
Rob, I'm sending you a picture of Costas Mandylor. Just what you wanted.
I swear to God, if this is a pizza fleshlight.
Well, no, but you are going to see the pizza fleshlight right above it when you open the chat.
Good,
so
that is his name.
That's his name.
It sounds like a Star Wars character. Costas Mandylor? Holy shit. All right. He's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
You done taking all that in?
Yeah, he's Australian. You know
Why?
Yeah. Maybe Tim knows him.
Maybe.
Yeah, they just know each other.
Yeah.
All Australians do, yeah.
Yeah, what do they got? Like 15 people living all Australia, right?
I mean, they got a lot of people, but they all have to band together once a week. Everyone in Australia to kill a giant spider every single week. So it's like they're
there are a lot of
Godzilla.
Casualties.
Yeah, they have to take down a giant spider every week. Oh,
yeah,
boy, Tim. Boy.
They got 26.6 million people over there. That's not that many.
Takes them all to get down that fucking spider. They got big spiders over there.
Fucking monstrous, I know. All right, so Costas Mandylor is one of the twin characters. All right.
Yeah, and anyway, he was a big dummy and he struggled being a cop and doing Jigsaw stuff. And it's one of those things where it's like, I want to, in theory, say that it takes someone more intelligent to pick up the mantle of Jigsaw style justice killings. But I don't think that this new guy gave us that. I don't even remember this guy's name. And I just saw the movie.
Yeah, I don't know that he had a name.
I'm positive he must have had a name, right?
I mean, you'd
Maybe.
think, but the way this movie's written, I don't know.
And I like the actor whose name I also can't think of. Anyway.
Fair enough.
But I think we're supposed to think that he's more intelligent, but like we never get to see that. He is, and he has that Jigsaw-esque element of like he knows where his partner is going to be, but that's not impressive because that's literally his partner. Like, and also he's sending instructions on where to go to his partner. It's like it's not impressive.
No, and nothing in this movie. That's the problem. They weren't great at they definitely weren't great at anything, and they weren't even really very good at most things. You know, you got to be great. You got to have something where you excel. And nothing was impressive. Does anyone else have anything to get to on this thing? Are you happy, Chris? This is what you wanted. Like the only thing that would have made this better.
Greg's gonna be mad at me.
Oh yeah, Greg's gonna be real pissed. The only thing that could have made this better for Chris is if one of us liked it, and Kat had to listen to that shit on top of it.
Dude, how much I thought about this really hard, like coming into the episode, where it's like, how much would it irritate Chris if I just decide that I like Spiral? What if this is my new favorite?
Well, you know, your best friend, Other Rob, says it's time for this movie to be reevaluated by people.
He doesn't know.
So I don't know. I mean, you know, you've reevaluated it now, I guess.
I have reevaluated it now. It sucks as a movie on its own right outside of the Saw franchise. So that's also I had to look this up. His name in the movie is Detective William Shank, which sounds made up.
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
And the actor's name is Max Minghella, which I was not going to come up with in a million years either. So
yeah, no, I had before or since.
Which is it worse at, Cat? Is it a worse Saw movie or a worse just movie?
It's a worse Saw movie because, like, as a movie, it's bad. But as a Saw movie, it's like, but look at all of these clever things we're doing that Saw never did. But they're all things that Saw has done better, which makes it particularly infuriating.
All right, we're done. We're done talking about this thing. We can get to reviews, facts, trivia, all those things.
Oh, yeah. I am going to be honest with you guys. I'm more mad about the ratings for this than I was about having to watch it again today. I did not know how this movie had aged in the public perception until today, and I wish that I didn't still. The official tomato meter for this but the audience score is 75%.
Wow. 75?
Yeah.
Wow. That's why you can't let the audience rate things.
The audience is not allowed to rate things anymore. I'm making an executive decision. The IMDb, as usual, is somewhere in the middle at a 5.2 out of 10. Okay.
It seems like IMDb is always like right around there, right? Like somewhere around 5 or 6 something, you know?
Yeah, sometimes there are wild cards, but
yeah.
Okay, our review title, like the best review title award, goes to the Saw series has now officially spiraled out of control.
Oh, wow.
I saw a lot of variations of that pun, but that one was my favorite of them. It also, I did get a little bit mad at the review, and I was going to let this go, but here I am not letting it go because it's like the review opens, when I teach intro to film again, I will use spiral parentheses subtitled from the Book of Saw as an example of thriller and revenge themes coupled with torture porn. And it's like, why would you use spiral? That's the whole franchise. Like, stop it.
And stop humble bragging about how you teach a class on film. Nobody cares, you pretentious asshole.
Again, and he later goes on to use the phrase Dantean punishments.
No, fuck you.
That guy, we're not even going to read the whole review, and I vote that he should get a candy bar. That guy sucked. But the review title was good. Okay, this one out of 10. Surely this must be the worst film ever made. At the top of my head, I cannot recall having seen anything this amateurish. An insult to the viewer's intelligence, an insult to the genre of horror films. Chris Rock has made a complete fool of himself. The least credible performance of his career. Miserable. Wow.
All right. I mean, is it the least credible performance of his career? I don't know. I've never seen him in anything where he's been good. So it's hard for me to say.
Yeah.
Again, and I hate to say that because I do like Chris Rock, like as a stand-up. I think he's hilarious, but acting just isn't his thing.
I found this one. It's super long and I don't want to get into the whole thing, but it had one line that made me really laugh. This one opens. It's quite apt that the star of Spiral, the latest chapter in the Book of Saw, is a stand-up comedian, Chris Rock, because this film is a joke.
Damn.
Right. That's good. Okay, we have this one. There were a lot of 10 out of 10 ratings, but not a lot of 10 out of 10 reviews that didn't get into like multiple page territory. So our good review for this one is only 7 out of 10, but it reads fun and gruesome. Spiral was awesome. It moves super fast. The traps are gnarly and gruesome. It's one of the best sequels, if you can even call it a sequel. Some might even call it the best. It takes the Saw formula and takes it to a new playground, and I loved it.
Wow.
Would you call it the best, Cat?
I would not call it the best. This is in all caps and spelled with an extra E, by the way.
Oh,
the
wow.
best.
Okay, so it is
They,
for sure.
they meant it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this movie is not either thing that they said. Like it's not, whatever they said, fearsome and awesome or whatever. It's neither of the sums.
No. Fun and gruesome. I have
Fun
one
and gruesome,
more.
yeah. It's not fun and it isn't gruesome, unfortunately.
This one is not rated. It seems positive overall. I would count it as a positive review, but it's one of those reviews that I pulled mostly just so we could question the line of thinking here. It's entitled Fun Watch. Not as bad as people are making it out to be. I can't believe this is rated so low while the Borefest Quiet Place 2 is rated above a 7.
Wow.
Watch it without thinking too much, just for laughs, and you'll have fun.
Wow. Quiet Place 2 catching a stray in the spiral reviews.
Yeah, I feel like this person had like a very personal vendetta against Quiet Place 2.
It feels like it. And look, I'm not, Quiet Place 2 is not a great movie. I mean, but it's better than this.
It's a lot better than this.
Yeah,
and also they're defending this against Quiet Place 2, a comparison that no sane person would make to begin with. And then they're also like, but you do have to turn your brain off to enjoy this one.
You're right. Don't think about it. Don't think too hard about it.
Is that it for reviews?
Yeah, we are good.
Hell of a deal.
All right. Over to facts. We talked about it already. It had a $20 million estimated budget. Worldwide gross $40.6 million. We mentioned this already. Chris Rock is a fan of the franchise, and he pitched the idea to Lionsgate, and they made him one of the lead actors, a co-writer, and an executive producer on this movie. So
They should not have done that.
Chris Rock had his hands all over this thing. Darren Lynn Bousman was unsettled while filming the first scene with Samuel L. Jackson, who played Marcus Banks. He told the actor what to do for a shot, and Jackson said, nah, and added that he was just going to sit in a different spot instead. My butthole puckered, said Bousman. However, after speaking to a friend who had previously worked with Jackson, he realized the actor was just testing him to see if he would stand up for what he wanted.
I would not want to stand up to Samuel L. Jackson.
No one's going to stand up to Samuel L. Jackson. He's scary. He's a scary man. The police basement vault door is manufactured by a company called Jules and Vincent. This is a reference to the characters played by John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. And finally, according to director Darren Lynn Bousman, a trap consisting of someone getting their face cut off had to be cut from the film in order for it to receive an R rating from the MPAA. And those are the facts about Spiral from the Book of Saw.
Nice. Oh boy, we're portnoying this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
By the way, when you said we had to watch Spiral, I was really hoping that Chris had screwed up and just said Spiral.
Yeah,
because there is
almost got us all in trouble this week.
There is a 2019 movie called Spiral, which is actually, I've only seen it once, but I remember quite liking it. And so I was like, hey, if he didn't say Book of Saw, we can just watch the other movie. And we still technically did Spiral.
But Mikey, better.
Mikey said he was very specific.
Extremely.
Unfortunately. Also, how funny would that have been?
That would have been really funny.
Yeah.
And I knew that we were going to get hell for it the entire year. And I was already on board. Yeah. Like, I was fighting the urge so much. I would have lost that battle, though.
If you guys decided to do that, I would have still watched this and sat there the whole episode and saying, I did what I was supposed to do. And you would have had to deal with the hell that would have been EyeRChris.
I did what I was supposed to do, is a quote from Saw 5.
Oh,
we're really going for 4, Cat? Like, that's what we had to do?
I don't know.
All right.
No filter today, guys.
Cat with no filter is handing out Saw facts and quotes, Rob.
That's me in my natural state.
Oh, shit. All right.
Now, I'm surprised that you haven't seen this since theaters, Cat, because you said you watch all the Saw movies on Valentine's Day.
I watch all the Saw movies on Valentine's Day. And actually, this is the one that broke me because I had done the 8 movies every year on Valentine's Day until Spiral came out. And then it was like, there's no way in hell that I'm going to add Spiral to this list. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Jigsaw off as well.
Oh, damn. Wow. That's cheating, Cat.
Jigsaw caught a stray for Spiral.
It's not even a complete watch no more, Rob.
Unbelievable.
Now it's just these Saw movies. No Spiral from the Book ofs and no Jig Saw. Like, it's just Saws.
The only yearly Saw franchise watch party is now illegitimate.
That's right.
What's real
it's
anymore?
Not entirely illegitimate because I added Socks. Socks
No,
is
it's
in the
what you're
mix.
supposed to do. It's a Saw movie. This one, I get it. But Jigsaw, you got to put back in there, Cat. It's not right.
I do it some year, like on the years that I have the extra time and I'm not doing anything, I won't. But sometimes Mr. Cat's boyfriend likes to have dinner on Valentine's Day. And like, I've got shit to be after 14 hours of Saw. So
Yeah. We can skip dinner with him.
I do most years.
Rob, could you imagine getting ditched on a Valentine's Day date for someone to watch Jigsaw?
I mean, look, if you're dating Cat, what do you know?
I want to throw this out here. Mr. Cat's boyfriend is a trooper because like we started dating in like, July or June. I don't know when we're
Damn,
calling
Cat.
myself.
In 6 months, he's going to be
in 6
pissed.
months, he's going to be so mad. We started dating sometime in late June.
And imagine if he listens to this on their anniversary. That's 6 months from now, Rob. It could be. Imagine.
And like, so we'd been going out, for a little while, and he's worried about, Valentine's Day. And I was like, listen, you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to stay at home and watch all the Saw movies. And he was like, okay, and kind of laughed. And then it's like, no, I'm serious. Like, I'm going to stay at home and watch all the Saw movies. And actually,
and you're doing it with me.
I gave him a pass. I was like, listen, you don't have to do this with me. Our first Valentine's Day together, we rented an Airbnb, all fancy. We stayed the weekend, and he did watch all the Saw movies with me.
God.
He has never volunteered to do anything for Valentine's Day since then. Like, we celebrate on the 15th now, but he did make it the first year.
Good Lord. So he knows all those stupid names you were talking about that nobody
He does
knows.
not.
Okay.
He does know who Hoffman is, though, so I feel like he could beat you at Saw trivia.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's his loss, to be honest with you.
That's amazing. But for the record, Cat, so you know, whenever a woman tells a man that you don't have to do this, what he heard is, you're watching all the Saw movies with me, and then the Twilight Zone music started playing after
I know.
his head.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
a trap is what that is.
I tried really hard to get it through to him. Like, we never are going to spend Valentine's Day together because I will always be doing this. But I was trying to make sure he knew that he didn't have to also partake, which he's been grateful for in subsequent years.
He did it once and was like, I don't have to do this again for real.
I never have to do this again. But yeah, I can understand why he thought it was a trap like the first year, because that seems suspicious. I get it.
Yeah. That's that shit of like, oh, you don't have to get me anything. Oh, God damn it. Just tell me what you want.
He did it once, though. You got to give him that. Rob, there's no way you would have did that for a woman.
Hell no.
My secret, like, hidden lore. I wish this were on the Easter egg, but it can go on the regular episode. It's fine. Mr. Cat's boyfriend knows this. My secret hidden lore is that I actually used to do this with my boyfriend at the time, like back in high school, because he was also very Saw obsessed, and he still does it. And his wife fucking hates him.
So she blames you. That woman blames you for part of that.
Oh, she hates me also. Yeah. Because I was like, this will be a fun thing that we can do together. Yeah. But she also hates him because she's like, why are you still doing this?
Hard to believe that somebody who's that obsessed with Saw ended up finding somebody that would marry them.
Wow.
Damn. Wow. That's fucked
Another
up.
Stray.
Yeah, that wasn't nice. Now that's just because you're hurt. That wasn't nice at all. All right. Rob, do you want to give your score for? I feel like Cat should go last on this one.
Cat should go last on this one, I think. You're right. Yeah, I can get my score. Look, this movie's not good. The dialogue is awful. The performances aren't very good. It doesn't feel like a Saw film. In my opinion, that kind of works for the movie and the story that they're telling. I don't feel like I actually hated it as much as the two of you did, but we'll see when the scores come out. I give it a 3.6.
All right. Honestly, I'm still kind of on this. Like, I don't know what the fuck to give this thing, dude. Like, a $20 million movie should never, have scores breaching this low, because 3.6 seems generous. But honestly, like if you're like strip all the sexy shit away, the budget, the Saw, the name Saw being attached to it, strip it all away and grade it for what it is much lower than a 3.6. And like, yeah, it had a lot of blood, and you look like it did have kind of cool scenes where you're peeling off faces, and like it had that, but it's hard to, like, kind of what Kat said with Chris Rock and anyone who is hired to handle this movie from any directing, writing, any aspect. You should have a firm grasp of where you're coming from with this thing. Period. End of story. And the original Saw movies weren't just that. It wasn't just the blood, and it did then eventually get to that point where like it was just a gore fest. But they didn't even do that. It was like it's weird. They were in a weird middle with it, and none of it felt like Saw. And the performance, especially the lead performances, weren't very good, and they took you out of it. By the way, badass Camaro. That's the one note I didn't hit. That fucking 75 Camaro was the best thing in this movie by far.
That was a good looking car. Yeah, that was a really good looking car.
By far. Second best thing was Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson's first conversation. That was really good. You start paying some rent, you'll start getting some rights. I say, hell yeah, Sam, tell them. Yeah, that's what you tell these kids. Anyway, yeah, you strip this down. This is a 2.6. It doesn't matter if it's a goddamn Saw movie, man. That kind of works against it even more. It's 2.6. You can't take me out of a movie like that. You just can't do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And also, performances alone.
We didn't touch on Samuel L. Jackson. Like, I didn't think he was bad in this movie. The problem is he's barely in this movie. Unfortunately, because he's clearly the most talented actor that they've got in this cast, and he's barely in the movie.
But he didn't seem like he gave a fuck. Which is kind of Samuel L. Jackson. I get it, but even more so, like he was just there. He knew this thing sucked.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I didn't think he was bad. Like, he wasn't great, but he was good. Barely on screen.
He knew all he had to do was be better than Chris Rock. The dude could have fucking been sleeping through this role, man. Like, he didn't put forth full Samuel L. Jackson, but even a quarter of Samuel L. Jackson is better than what we've seen anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2.6.
Am I going to be the highest on a Saw movie?
That's going to be the highest on a Saw movie, I think. Because not to spoil any, I've got a little bit of a range, but I'm not getting up to 3.6. I'm trying to decide how generous or not generous I want to be to this movie. At the top of the episode, I called this my least favorite movie of all time. I've been saying for a long time that I've had like other movies that have come to mind when people ask me the worst movies I've ever seen. Feast 2 is very often up there. Thanksgiving 3 is a lot of Chris picks. This might but from a personal standpoint, and especially when you consider the budget and I think some of the talent, I do not like the performances in this movie. But like, I know Chris Rock, I don't know if he can act, but I know he can be funny. It did not work for me in a Saw movie. I know that Sam Jackson can act. I know that the killer can act because I've seen him in movies that I really like. And it's just no one was doing anything this movie. To squander that kind of talent and this kind of premise and that kind of money is exceptionally bad. And also because of the Saw label, it personally offends me. Like, I don't like this movie. I kind of feel like we all should have 1-0 in our repertoire. And I think maybe we found mine. I think it's Spiral. Because when I say that I don't like that, like Thanksgiving or Feast 2 or like the worst movies I've ever seen, I'm not thinking about like how they impacted me personally. I was devastated coming out of the theater for Spiral. Like, I wanted to give up. This might actually be, and saying that those are my least favorite, it's usually because I like have a mental block around Spiral. Spiral's my least favorite movie of all time, guys.
So wait, this is 0?
I think it's a 0. I can go as high. If I wanted to be generous, I could go as high as 0.4 because I gave Feast 2 a 0.5 and it was previously the worst movie I had ever seen. But I what's the point? Like, what are we ever going to find that I like less than Spiral, right? Like, I'm sure there are movies that are worse than Spiral. We've had a few on here, but I'm not going to like them less,
This is so are you giving it a 0
I'm giving it a 0 officially.
Holy shit. That's the
This is my
third
0.
0 that's been given out on the show. The first one was to Kiss Me's the Phantom of the Park. The
Which
second
you
one
should be ashamed of.
You can kiss my ass. It did everything it was supposed to do.
Kiss?
Yeah, butthole.
He can kiss your ass, Mikey.
Not funny.
Kiss
Pew, 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 pew. That movie is awesome.
If my buttons worked, I would have hit the badoom for that one. No, it's not funny. And also Velocipaster also got a 0 because I can't decide which
Again,
of those are the
you
worst.
should be ashamed for that one.
Oh, so this is the 4th movie to get a 0.
There was another one?
Yeah, Rob refused to give anything higher than a 0 to Skinamarink because
you
he
give
didn't think it was a
Skinamarink
movie.
0?
Absolutely, I gave it a 0. It's not even a fucking
Holy
movie. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
that is the worst movie I've ever seen. It's not even a movie.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You should be
Wow.
ashamed of yourselves. Mikey, be ashamed of yourself twice, I guess is what I was trying to say. Because Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park and Velocipaster are both way better than Spiral or Skinamarink.
It's not true.
And they're awesome.
It's not true. It's not true at all.
Come on. Yeah, I don't know how. Wasn't there like a pimp character that you really liked in Velocipaster? How'd you give that a 0?
I believe his name was Frankie Mermaid. And you know why they call him that, Rob?
Why they call him that?
Because he's swimming in bitches.
See? Come on, man. How you not give
That's
that
not enough.
something?
It's not enough. But
You
this,
gotta give it something. I mean, that's at least a 0.1. I mean, come on.
No. This is
You
0.
remember the name and the line.
Doesn't matter. But Spiral is not Slasher Radio approved. It is officially a 2.1. Goddamn.
Yep. And we now know that I'm a bigger Saw fan than Cat.
I'm not going to address that. You thought I made up the name Costas Mandy Lord.
Rob,
Also, I feel like this also needs to be addressed just a little bit. I'm sorry. The idea of Rob being a bigger Saw fan than me is like distracting me.
Can I break Cat?
Cat? I'm 4 cut waters in, and that's just so funny.
that is hilarious. Think about this though, Rob. Cat was devastated coming out of that theater because officially after Spiral came out, Saw finally had a bad movie.
That was the thing. It was an argument that I used. I know, but prior to that, the worst Saw movie had been Saw 7, and it's better than the best in a lot, or better than the worst in a lot of franchises. Like we have a Jason Goes to Hell, and Dream Child, and it's like Saw 7 it was leaps and bounds above either one of those. Saw didn't have like a big stinker until Spiral, and that hurt because I could no longer make that argument.
I might say those movies started going downhill fast at 3.
I would not say that though. You could, but you would be wrong. I
Well,
don't want to be wrong.
Chris, bravo, Chris. That was a move. That was a hell of a move.
It was.
And love it or hate it, that was a hell of a move. And I mean, you got Cat to give a movie a fucking 0, man. Like that is impressive in a way. All right, patreon.com/Slasher Radio. You're starting as low as $3 a month. Please support the show. Extra show every week, before, during, and after the show nonsense that does not make the show. And visuals and everything go up on Patreon as well, too. What else? Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, @Slasher Radio. Follow me on Twitter @Mikey's Dead if you would like. If you would like to leave me alone, that is an option as well. I also accept that.
Is that an option for me?
No, it's not.
Damn.
Tell everybody where to find you, fucker.
You can find me on Blue Sky @RadioRob123, and you can listen to the other show that I do with Kat, the Nick fucking Woo Cage Cast. That is the Nick effing Woo Cage Cast in your podcast player. We just released our episode on, I keep wanting to call it Contact, but I know that's not right. Kat, do you remember the name? Outcast. Yes, Outcast. And coming up, we will have our episode on Left Behind. How exciting.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Nick effing Woo Cage Cast.
I'm sure you don't have any notes about the Nick
No, we need to move on. Kat, where can people find you?
No. I got a couple notes. It was a good episode, too. I was enjoying it. Was the sad part. Until you're talking shit about me at the end again, man.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you said I have a rule, no fun and everything else. And you know what? That wasn't even the most annoying part of it all. you hit me with like a triple there because you said more after that, the both of yous. And when Kat said my name, there was like an audible sigh that you made.
That doesn't sound like me.
I noticed that. So, like, not only did you hit me in the ass with what you said, like, that alone, I was like, what the fuck did I do to deserve that? Like, you didn't even give me a shot.
I don't, that doesn't sound like me at all, Mikey. You know, I perk right up when I hear your name.
No, she said my name and you made a sound, man. I noticed that shit. I don't know why you had to do that. It wasn't nice. I noticed. Kat, where are they finding you? Stop talking shit about me. Loompas over there to straighten you guys right out.
You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Cat Voleur, CatVoleur. You can check out my books and stuff on my website, catvoleur.com.
Awesome.
That is a hell of a plug.
Listen, I'm impressed I can spell my name today.
All right, guys. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.